Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm Levi. I'm doing a little bit of stand-up comedy for you tonight. Yeah, right? So, came back from a spring break a couple weeks ago, and I was late to class because I was used to waking up late. And I get into class, and my professor goes, "So, Mr. Elmore, is your watch broken?" And I held it up to my ear to listen, to be like, "Oh, I don't know, dog. I don't know if I hear it ticking." And then I was just like, "Oh, because it's a digital watch. I'll just sit down now." So that's kind of the summary of my life. I have a lot of awkward moments. I don't know if I would really call this one awkward, but when I was like 17, worked at a grocery store, and just for no apparent reason, I was like, I'm gonna buy a coconut, because I had that kind of time because I was 17. And so I got this coconut, got it home, and I was like, yeah, dreams accomplished. And it was called an EZ crack coconut, like with the letter E and the letter Z, as though they were trying to like market to kids somehow or make it edgy, because like Gilligan's Island's been off the air for like 50 plus years or whatever, and apparently the coconut market is in dire need of clientele. So I opened up the coconut and it says, "Whack sharply on group to crack." So take my knife, I'm all like, yeah, survivor mode, get it, get ready, get in the stance. I just go, Nothing happens. I hit it like 3 more times. I'm sawing at it. I'm throwing it down on my counter. Nothing's happening. So, called my mom in. I was like, "Mom, how can I get this coconut?" She's like, "Did you whack it?" And I was like, "Yeah, like 10 times. So she's like, "Get the electric carving knife that we use for Thanksgiving." I'm like, "There's no way this can go wrong." So I get it out and I start sawing at it. I'm just going for a good solid 5 minutes. Pretty sure the little shavings I saw on the counter were the blades from my knife, because this coconut just wasn't happening. So I decided, for my final resort, I went to what I like to call the universe's spell check, aka Google, and I Googled it, and then I found out the right way to do it, wrapped it up in a towel, took it outside, put it in a bowl, took a sledgehammer, smashed it, and I was like, okay, finally, this is it, moment of truth. Took it in, and grabbed my spoon. I went to eat the little coconut fruit itself, and it was the worst thing I've had in my life. Like, it was putrid. This coconut was clearly rotten to anybody who has common sense. However, again, 17. So in my mind, I'm like, oh, I'll just put some sugar on it, it'll be fine. And it was not, clearly. So I was like, well, whenever I see people on Survivor, they're not eating the fruit. Like, Tom Hanks didn't like just take the fruit and be like, "Here, Wilson." They drink the little coconut milk, the coconut juice. So I'm like, okay, maybe I should just drink the coconut juice. So I put a little bit in a cup and I'm like, all right, moment of truth, here we go. And I drink it, and the only way I can really equate this, have you ever mopped your entire floor and then proceeded to drink the water after mopping your floor? I would rather have drank that water. So, and I was like, and then, my stupid little head, I was like, oh, maybe the coconut's rotten. So, that's my life. I'm choking, I'm gagging, and on top of it all, my mom's laughing her butt off, and I'm like, what's so funny? And she's like, "You're cocoa nuts!" And I was like, I'm moving out. But yeah, my family does that a lot. They like to sort of laugh at my misfortune and cause a good bit of it. I was at my cousin's wedding about a year or so ago, and they're kind of like country folk. We're having the reception outside. The party was good. They're playing party rock anthem. I'm up there. I'm shuffling away as well as I can do for being clearly, short, fat, white guy. And my cousin decides it's going to be a good idea to hand me her 1-year-old baby whilst I'm in mid-shuffle. So I'm shuffling along, I'm doing good. My cousin's just like, "Levi, baby!" And I'm like, what? And so I'm sitting here with this baby, just freaking out. I'm all bug-eyed, the baby's looking at me with the same expression, and it's just like, I could feel it, like the connection we made mentally, and he's just like, come on man, dance, there's honeys here, I gotta look good. And I'm like, first of all the honeys here are like 20 years older than you are. Also, you're a baby, how can you talk? So, got my little list, got this. Yeah, right? This is like the list. I found out in the last couple of years, the word "the" I take for granted. It's a lot more important than you think, because, like, you'd be like, yeah, man, that car is censored because there's a baby in the room. Or you could be like, that car is censored because there's a baby in the room. So, it could totally just change the connotation completely. Oh, okay. Well, okay. Basically, it'd be like, yo, man, that car's the shit. But then other times, it'd be like, that car's shit. The word "the" is very important. It's just ridiculous. So you guys like impressions? Yeah. Give a little applause. Yeah? Yeah, you do? Yeah. All right. I like to get to know my audience a little bit while I'm doing that. No, I was listening to some music. I listen to music a lot. It's kind of my life, my passion, whatever. This is Music Industry Association. Thank you guys for putting this on, by the way. And I listen to a lot of like 90s stuff, like Shaggy. Like that's the kind of stuff I'm into. And I always wondered, wouldn't it be so great to have that voice just like random times, like you're sitting in the McDonald's drive-thru, someone's just like, welcome to McDonald's, what can I do for you? And just be like, yeah man, I got the order and I swear it's no joke. I like a burger, fries, and I like a small Coke. And I'll just be like if I was the guy working at McDonald's, I was like, you want anything else but that? 'Cause it's just the best joke ever. Like, just be like, here you go, Shaggy. Just like, fantastic, Mr. Bombastic. And he just drives away. He's got like 10 chicks in bikinis in the back, just chilling. That'd be just the greatest thing ever. And it's just, yeah. Let's see. Oh, speaking of music, I've always wanted to create my own brand of vodka. I don't drink. I just really want to be like hip-hop artists, like Jay-Z. And I decided that if I ever created my own vodka, I would call it Responsibly. That way I could get free advertising at the end of literally every liquor commercial. Like you'd see something for like, Tanqueray, blah, 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 and then it'd be like, drink responsibly, just my face in the back, like. Yeah, this is what you guys signed up for. I'll tell you what, things get dangerous sometimes though in this town. Like, I don't know if you guys heard this, but I heard this news story where last year these people got robbed at Long John Silver's for their drinks. I don't know if you guys heard about this. Can you imagine how that would have gone down? Like, that would have been the weirdest thing ever. Like, you're just coming out of Long John Silver's, you're just like, oh, that was a nice lunch. And someone just comes up like, give me your drinks, bitch! And you're just like, what? Just like, you heard me, give me your drinks! And it's just like, okay, here you go. There better be Coke in this. They didn't have Coke. Is Pepsi okay? No, it's not okay! That joke was sponsored by the Coca-Cola Corporation. It's ridiculous, I gotta say. I'm really glad that we're almost at the end of the year. I need a little bit of relaxation. I had a bit of heart trouble back in the fall, and I got a virus, caused me to have a little bit of heart problems. I had to go in the hospital, and before they really knew what it was, they decided they were going to have to do like a heart cath on me. And in order to do that, that's where they take like the little camera, they go up your leg, and then they go into your heart. And like I'm freaking out, my parents are freaking out, my entire family's there, and they take me back there and they lay me down. They give me that giant like dentist X-ray blanket, and they put my hands in this thing. I cannot move at all, and all I can think of is I really, really have to pee. That's all I can think of the entire time. So you got my family freaking out. All I can think of is how much I gotta pee. But the cool thing about the people in the hospital is that they do this stuff like 8, 10, 12 times a day or whatever. So, they're just totally nonchalant about it. Like the guy came up and he's just like wearing his Tampa Bay Buccaneers bandana. He's just like, hey man, my name is Tyrone, I'm gonna shave you today. And I'm just like, don't you normally gotta pay extra for that? Like, I mean, they're just like being really chill, and then they'll tell the nurse, they're like, if you ever have to go to the bathroom while we're doing this, just let us know. And I'm like, right now. So they give me the little thing. I'm laying on my back, mind you, and I gotta pee. So like I'm just sitting here like, I promise, guys, I'm trying. And the nurse is like, oh, that's fine. She's doing this. She's just going. I was like, yeah. Catch me later when I'm in recovery. I'll have to lay down on my back for 3 straight hours. I'll have time. Luckily, everything was fine. I just had a little bit from the virus, and that was all good. So, I'm very thankful for that. I got one more thing for you guys. I do a little bit of poetry. I took a good poetry course with one Dr. Corcoran, and most poems, or poets rather, they're influenced by very important aspects of their lives. You know, they write poems about loves that they've had and lost, or, you know, nature. I wanted to write sort of a, in honor of someone who was very influential to me growing up, and that was Marvin the Martian and Bugs Bunny. So this is sort of based off one of those old cartoons, and the answer is yes, I will be doing the voice. So here we go. This is A Martian's Lament. Marvin scurries to the lab and slams the big door. It's time to test the explosive space modulator. 2,000 years of work led right up to this day, and now he'll be able to see Venus when Earth's out of the way. An Earth rabbit's on board. He is mentally quick. The Martian pays him no mind as he lights the fuse's short wick. A few seconds remain until planet Earth's doom, but there is only silence. He ponders. Where's the kaboom? He wells up with anger and a slight sense of gloom, and with a clenched fist he cries, there was supposed to be an earth-shattering kaboom! Accepting the failure, he lets out a sigh and he shrugs, and then finds his device has been stolen by the clever gray bunny named Bugs. With a volcanic rage that could burn no hotter, he makes instant Martians from just a capsule in water. He counts. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now go get that hair and don't fall for his tricks. But to last, that darn rabbit was a master of wit. He outsmarted the Martians, nabbed a flying saucer, and split. Marvin then bellowed, enraged at Bugs' deed. That rabbit makes me very angry indeed. Thank you guys, good night.